Hi, I'm Rick Dior, and today I'm going to show you a collection of drumsticks that I've acquired over the last 50 years or so that I've been playing. And that was a pair of my sticks that I make of Cocobolo Rosewood, and we'll compare some of them to these sticks. So I'm really interested, obviously, in sticks because that's what I use all the time. They're just tools. And I have hundreds and hundreds of pairs of sticks. But these are ones that I thought you'd be interested in. They're all things that I've used in the past, especially before I started making my own sticks. I really don't use any of these too much anymore. I just use my own sticks the last 20 years or so. But before that, I was using all kinds of different sticks and searching and discovering and experimenting, just like everybody else does. Now, I've already done a version of this video about drum set sticks. If you look that up, I'll put the link in the description. So you may want to check that out. But these are not drum set sticks. These are a combination of concert sticks, rudimental sticks, which are heavier, and pipe drum sticks. I used to do some of that, so I have 3 or 4 pairs of pipe drum sticks. So what we'll do is we'll quickly talk about each pair of sticks because there's so many of them. I'll show you in one of these cameras what they look like up close, and then I'll tell you about the weight and how they match and a little bit of history if I have it. So we'll start out with this pair of pipe drum sticks. So pipe drum sticks normally will have a taper that tapers down. So it starts thick, in this case 7/8, tapers all the way down and has this big giant tip. So I'll show you this. Pipe drum sticks can feel really weird to someone who's not used them. So they're kind of almost shallow feeling. That being said, this is a good pair of pipe drum sticks. They will vibrate a little because of this long taper. Vibration is when the stick feels like it's, shaking a little. All sticks do that to a certain extent. The smaller the taper, or the longer the taper, and the thinner it is on the neck of the stick, the more it can vibrate. And this is a very airy sound. If you use a pipe drum, which is tuned super high, and they have snares under the top head and on the bottom head, it gives you a really high-pitched cutting sound, not a lot of low end. If you compare that to the pair I just played for you in the opening, so you see how shallow that sounds there. But that is the sound of these kinds of sticks. So this particular pair weighs 62 grams. It's probably the heaviest pipe drum band sticks I have. They're never really heavy. They're made by Kirkwood, or they were, and Mastersound, and they're 16¼ inches long. So next we're going to talk about a pair of sticks that are kind of near and dear to me. Another pair of pipe band sticks. These are Premier Alex Duthart sticks. Hope I'm saying that right. These are 16 inches, and this was my first pair of these kinds of sticks I got way back in the day, so in the 70s. So these are really, really, really light. They're kind of hard to control after that last one. They weigh 51 and then 55 grams. There's a 4-gram difference, which you're not going to really feel pretty much at all. All right, but some people claim they can feel that. I don't. But you want to get it a little closer than that. When I make my sticks, the grams are closer, within 3 grams. So. And these are 16 inches long and no ridges, and we'll show you this real quick. And you see the Premier logo there. I really don't think these are made anymore, but I have not checked. We'll do a few other pairs of pipe band sticks in a little bit, but let's get to these other sticks here. So you've seen me display these before. This is one of my favorite all-time pairs of sticks. These are Vic Firth SD5 Thunder Rock. They still make these, but it's a different tip, and they're not as good. And these are the old ones because they have this Vic Firth burnt-in logo. These are from the 70s. Show you this. Let me show you this tip. So this tip is what I call an acorn tip. I am making this kind of stick in my own version of it that's heavier. So this particular pair is 60 and 66 grams. It's a 6-gram difference. I feel it just a tiny bit, but it never bothered me enough to not use them. So these were great for me when I was younger. They were a little lighter. One of the first pairs of sticks I got, and I would always practice, you know, my finger control with them. All right, so these are great. If you can find an old pair, that's what you want. I don't really recommend the new ones, but these are terrific. Then we have this really interesting pair of sticks. I have two versions of these. The other ones will pop up in a little while. As you can tell, this is going to be a really long video, so you might want to pause and grab a beer or something. So these are the Vic Firth Echoes. Pretty much the silliest stick ever created. I think they were created to play the bolero, so that's what I've used them for. But then when you have to play loud, you're screwed. You can flip them and I tried that. You know, I've played the bolero many, many times, and I did that on one concert just for fun. I flipped them, and it worked. You know, it's so easy to play soft with these. But they feel really weird. And if you get nervous when you play, I do not recommend these. This particular pair is 52 and 55 grams. And again, the SD5 Echo. And I'll show you an older pair in a little bit. Next we have the Reamer sticks, and I have several of these. They are Persimmon or Hickory. These particular ones are Hickory. I think at some point they ran out of Persimmon. So these would be newer, although William has passed away. But these are 58 and 59 grams, respectively. 17-inch stick. And this is the Reamer concert stick. Pretty much a really great standard stick, if you can deal with the lighter weight. A really nice stick. And you see the kind of elongated teardrop there. And this is how you know if it's a William Reamer stick. It'll have WH Reamer on there. Now Cooperman copied their sticks, all right? Or maybe it was the other way around, but I think they did. So if you get a Nick Petrilla stick, you're looking at a copy of the Reamer concert stick. Next we have a cool pair of sticks, and these were from the 1960s. I don't know who made them, but they're fantastic. And it's a 16.5 length rosewood, and this is Honduras rosewood, which you cannot get anymore because it's illegal. You can get Cocobolo rosewood. I use that. And these are 83 and 85 grams. Now we're talking. This is a good weight. I like a heavier stick personally. And these feel great. I wish they were still available because I'd buy them. I'm going to start making this tip again, this smaller acorn tip. And there's no label on here, but you see that beautiful wood there. So these are beautiful. And most of the sticks that I'm playing for you today are between 5/8 and 11/16. Most all of them, except, you know, I'll say when they're 3/4 or something. I do not like thin sticks, personally. I like a beefier stick. Speaking of thin sticks, when I was in the UK in 2018, I did a 1-month kind of tour there. And these, I found these in a drum shop somewhere. I can't remember the name of the shop, but the name of this company is called Rohema, sorry, Percussion. And these are called Hornwood. So Hornwood is not real wood. It's kind of a synthetic wood. Freer makes sticks out of that stuff. These are Hornwood. And they're really too thin and too short. They're very, very thin, like 1/2 inch. And they're 53, 54 grams, respectively, and 14 3/4 long. So not a stick I would use, but I was curious. So I just bought a couple different versions of these because I knew I'd never see them again. Here's another pair of these. This is a little thicker pair. And this is called the Concert 6. But the tip is really weird. See that? I've tried using these with the orchestra. I don't really like them, but they're so thick in the end and so thin here, almost like the Echo stick, that, again, it makes you want to drag the stick. So I really don't know, but they're very interesting. The taper's unbelievably thin. All right, moving right along here. Okay, here we have a classic pair of sticks. This is the 3S Ludwig from the 1950s. These are really old, obviously not available anymore. These particular sticks are 71 and 80 grams, respectively. Back in those days, they didn't really care about the weight. They didn't give a crap about it. They did it, I think, more about rolling the stick and pitch. So the pitch is good, the weight is different. I definitely feel the difference. Sometimes what I'll do is I'll switch. If I'm playing match grip, I'll put the heavier one in my left hand. They makes the pitch sound exactly the same if you're using that heavier stick in the other hand. As you all know, when using opposite hand, the pitch is different unless you use a different stick in your hand. So these match, literally, if you're playing left and right and the heavy one on the left. I thought about making sticks like that, one that's almost 10 grams heavier than the other, and selling them like that, but I think it would be too much of a mess with people complaining. But that is one way to get the exact same pitch out of each hand. This pad's a little too high for match grip. And these are 17 inches long. I'll show you the tip. Pretty much standard in those days. Acorn tip. And I'll show you the writing on here. Pretty cool, like antiques. All right, let's look at a classic pair of sticks, the Vic Firth General. This is a pair, one of the first pairs from the 70s. I actually refinished them. These are 56 and 51 grams. The original Vic Firth sticks, they didn't care about the weight either, more of the pitch, which is perfect. While these are light for me now, when I was a kid, they were fine. All right, but I don't ever use, except for on drum set, a 50-gram stick. And these are about 11/16 thick, which is a good thickness, and 16 1/4 inches long. I'll show you that old Vic Firth logo. They burned it in there. And these would be from the 70s, okay? You could still find these Generals. They still make them, and they're about the same weight. Here's another pair of pipe band sticks. These are Lefima's, a European company. And these are Lefima 459s. And these weigh 63 and 64 grams. These are a really nice set of pipe band sticks. They have a longer tip than usual. See that there? And I'll show you the logo. And they're black. I don't really like colored sticks, but because they chip, like you see there. But these are pretty nice. They're very short, 15 3/4. Actually, let's show you these now. This is a pair of a head sticks. These are the 2Bs. I think they're aluminum. They feel like it. But this pair is the only pair that I can actually deal with. They feel not great. They vibrate. There is a good idea, I guess, interchangeable parts that never wear out. But, you know, they're plasticky, and so not my cup of tea when it comes to a stick. The good news about them, they're incredibly consistent. These are 65 grams because there's not wood involved. It's just all repeatable materials. They're 16 inches long. So if you want to buy a pair of these, this is what I'd recommend, the 2Bs. And that's what they look like, the logo. These are still made. Okay. Let's look at some Malletech sticks here. This is a pair of the Cerrone sticks. They're the TC, so Tony Cerrone SD1. And these are Rosewood, I think. It's a lighter Rosewood. I could be wrong. But they're not real heavy, so it may not be Rosewood. 65 grams, 16¼ inches long, about 5/8 of an inch. Not bad. These are nice. I know when I got these, I bought them in New York from Barry Greenspan, Drums World. I just played them in the store. I used to go there and hang out. And he always had, like, in back of the counter, there were a bunch of sticks, and I'd just drive him crazy trying out all the sticks for hours. And I liked these one day, and then I didn't like them the next day. But I kept them all these years, and sometimes I still use them. I'm not afraid of damaging them, but they're a little too light for me, and I'm not crazy about the tip. You see the tip there. All right, let's look at some Silver Fox sticks, which we'll do several of those. And these are the SD1 Silver Fox. These are nice sticks, a little light, 56 grams, and they're 17 inches. Overall, very serviceable stick. Just light, just too light. Pretty much standard. This is their standard orchestral stick. I'll show you the logo. I think they're still in business. Maybe not. I'll have to check. All right, so that's, if you find these, they're decent. They're good. A lot of these you'll find online used from time to time. I see them up there on Reverb or eBay. And so, you know, hopefully this video will help you if you want to buy a pair of sticks. It'll be useful. Here's that other set of Vic Firth Echoes. These are the old ones. I got these used from someone. You see the logo there. Someone burned a P on there. That must have been their name. These are just about the same as the new ones. 15½ inches, 38 grams. So it's basically nothing in your hands. Let's look at this pair of innovative Percussion Chris Lamb ones. So some of these sticks were laminated, and then others are maple. These are maple. I like the laminated ones, actually, more than these. These are a little too light. 58, 59 grams. They're 16¾ inches long. They're nice, you know, but they're too light for me personally. But they're good sticks, and I'll show you that tip, which is fine, and the logo. I think these are still made, but I'm not sure that if Chris is still with Malletech. All right, let's look at these. Another set of Silver Fox. These are the 2Bs. It's a weird stick. It's got a, I normally don't use a nylon tip, but it's got some sort of plastic tip. I bought these. I can't remember where I bought these, but I liked them at first. They have a very long, thick taper. I mean, short taper, I should say. I'll show you the logo here. And I've used these to play soft stuff before with the orchestra. They're very short, which is nice sometimes. 15¾ So. They are weight challenge. So 162, 166. Sometimes you can mark them and put the heavier one in your weak hand if you'd like to do that. They're pretty much matched in pitch. Okay. All right, and then, oh, I like these sticks a lot, actually. This is a set of Regal tip John Beck sticks, John Beck Sr., that is. 17 inches long, 5/8 thick, 60 and 69. The biggest discrepancy I have here. But, you know, it's not that bad. They're matched pitch, but they're not matched in weight. That's the lighter one. I feel that. It's almost 10 grams. Again, it's not too bad if you have a heavier stick, you put it in your left hand. Cool tip, actually, too. That'd be a hard one to make. I should try it. And you see the cool logo there. I miss Regal tip. If you're listening out there, get back in business. I need some brushes. All right. Here's a really, really old pair, classic, oldest pair of sticks I have, and they're brand new. I got these online. It's a pair of early 50s Haskell Harr, Haskell the Rascal, as they called them. These are great sticks, and they're 62 and 64 grams, which in the day is good, and they're 16 inches, and they're called the Haskell Harr Slingerland 2B. And they're hickory. These are great sticks if you can find a pair. A little thin for me, but I still use these. Let's look at some freer sticks. Freer used to be sold by Promark. I think they had a fight. And then now Tom Freer does his sticks through his own company. These are really heavy. So these are called heavy orchestral sticks. But of all his sticks, this is my favorite model. And these are 85 grams, if I didn't say that already, and about 5/8 to 11/16, and 16 3/4 long. I'll show you those. And the logo. These are old, so these are probably about at least, I don't know, 10 years old. So I think. So maybe they're different now. Here's another pair of Freers. These are the Freer Light Orchestra. These are 16 inches, so they're a little short, and they're 66 grams. They're nice sticks. Again, that Hornwood stuff. Nothing wrong with it. It's definitely the same. You get a very close weight. You don't have to worry about that. But it doesn't feel quite right to me. But I'm sure a lot of people swear by these. Let's look at some Tom Geiger sticks. So these are blasts from the past. Tom Geiger, a great percussionist and composer. What am I showing you that for? Here's the stick. And these had interesting tapers. That's what they were known for. And this is the number 15. So these sticks were notorious for not being weighted correctly. So in other words, one of the sticks is 62 grams, the other's 57. All right, so that's pretty good pitch-wise, but the weight, you feel it. Like I said, anything over 4 grams, you can feel slightly. All right, but these are good orchestra sticks. Not great, but lots of people used them in the day. Here's a pair of Coopermans. These are the, I think these are called Fastick. These are nice. I like these when they came out. It's a very old pair. They're 24Ps. That's another name for them. And this particular set is 73 and 75 grams. I like these sticks quite a bit. Not sure if they still make them, but of all the sticks they made, these were my favorites. But that said, they're not good for necessarily orchestra playing. They're a little heavy. It's more almost like a marching stick, but they're 11/16ths. And I'll show you that tip. It's like a round acorn tip, and the logo, which is upside down. Yeah, these are really nice. And this is Persimmon. They don't use Persimmon anymore, because I think they ran out. All the Cooperman sticks and the Reamer sticks are going to be Persimmon. I'll show you today. Here's a pair of Nick Petrillas. Once again, these I believe were copied from the William Reamer stick. These are fine. They're too light for me. A lot of my students use them, but they don't. It feels like there's nothing there. These are 59 grams and thin, 5/8. So I'm not too fond of these sticks. One more pair of Gagers here. These are the 17s. So a little bit different tip than the other, which was a barrel tip. This is a teardrop tip. And you see the logo there. And these are weighted 50 and 56. So like I said, there was always a big discrepancy in weight. My hunch is that they made a bunch of sticks and then matched them up by pitch rather than weight. You know, so your mileage may vary, but that's not the way I do it. I like sticks to be within, like I keep saying, 4 grams. Too light for me, but, you know, 50-gram stick for concert or rudimental playing is too light. All right, another set of Silver Fox. Now, these are good sticks. These are the Robert McCormick sticks, I believe. I can't see the writing on there. It's worn out. These are 5/8 and 64 grams. I believe these might be Persimmon. I think so. Or maybe Hickory. That's stained because they're dark. You see the tip there? Standard teardrop. A little too thin for me, a little under 5/8. Now here's a nice pair of sticks. These are beautiful. This is Persimmon, and these are Coopermans, and these are the Greg Zubers. I think they still make these, but they don't use Persimmon that I know of. These were the Excalibur. So they're not top heavy at all, so it's not going to be a rudimental stick or a workout stick. But if you're playing really light stuff, they're really nice for that. They have a long taper. So I still use these every once in a while, and that's the logo. You see the figuring of this Persimmon, very rare to find that. I've only made a few sticks that had that figuring. And I believe they stain their sticks. I'm not positive, but not seen Persimmon that dark. Here's an old pair of Reamers, William Reamers. These are great for rolls. Not going to get much of a roll on a practice pad, but you see that tip there. That's a famous Reamer tip. And these are very short sticks. These are 16 inches and about 60 grams, 59 and 60. So these are great, classics. Then we have a pair of Rosewood Coopermans. These are the Zubers and Greg Zuber, and they're 84 grams. Very, very nice sticks. And this was my workout stick for about 3 years until I started making my own. The only thing I don't like about it, the taper's too long, so it feels a little spongy. See that taper there? And here's the, I don't know if you'll be able to see that logo It's burnt in. So nice sticks, and if I didn't say it before, they're 17 inches long. And another pair of Coopermans, Gauthreaux, I think that's how you say it, Gauthreaux, something like that. And 16 3/4 long, 65 grams. I do not like these sticks. There's not enough weight at the top. I like weight in the tips. That's a big thing for me. I feel like I gotta work when I use these sticks. There's like nothing there. So if I compare these to my Rosewood sticks that are barrel tip, it's just like they play themselves. And a stick like this, you just gotta work a lot. It's not secure. There's an insecurity built in there because it's too light. So that's just my 2 cents on that. All right, let's put these back. Let's see, what do we got here? Oh, these are nice, actually. These are Cooperman Graham Johns, one of my other favorite Cooperman sticks. They're 5/8, maybe a little thicker, 16 1/4, and they weigh about 68 grams, which is a nice concert stick. Much better. It's kind of like a Vic Firth General, but in Persimmon. A little light on the tip for me, overall. And what do we have here? Oh yeah, my very old, more than 30-year-old, Mike Rosen's. One of my first pair of concert sticks. These are also Cooperman. 68 grams, 5/8, and 16 3/4 inches. These are good for light orchestra playing, a nice long tip, but still a little light for me on the tip. You know, this is the reason I started making sticks, because some of these felt good, but they were either too light or the taper was too long. I didn't like the tip. And so that's why I started making sticks, because I wasn't happy with all these sticks. You'd think I'd be happy, but I wasn't happy with any of them. So I started doing that. That's the whole reason I did. Now, some of these didn't exist when I started making sticks 25 years ago, but I still, you know, I feel like a lot of the sticks they're too light up top. They're just too light overall for me. Now, here's a set of laminated Malletech Chris Lamb SD1s. So CLSD1, that's what they look like. These are great sticks. This is was my favorite stick for a long time. I'm going to show you another pair in a minute. These are 17 inches long, which is good. Anything from 16.75, which is 16 3/4, to 17 is good for a concert stick. And they're 70 and 71 grams. And the taper is not long, and it's thicker. So this is a great stick if you can find them. I don't think they make them anymore. And this is the only laminated stick. It's not the Hornwood, but it's laminated, and it's a great stick. So I totally recommend these. And then the other pair of the Chris Lamb sticks are the CLSD2s, which have a longer tip, also laminated. I'm not as wild about these, but they're a little better for closed rolls. I'll show you that tip. And the logo is clear on this. These are much used. So for about 10 years, I used these with the orchestra before I started making sticks. All right, what do we got here? Oh, these are the Promark freers before they had their fight. So these are 56 and 59 grams. Maybe that's why he left. But that's not too bad. They're the light orchestra sticks. It's the same kind of thing they make. But I believe these are Hickory, so it's not the Hornwood. And 16 inches. I like the Hornwood version better than this. There's not a lot of weight here, so that's an issue. But I'll show you the logo there. These are no longer available because they don't work together anymore. All right. What do we got here? Oh, Malletech Cerrone Rosewood SD1, 76 grams. These sticks vibrate a lot. Some people don't mind vibration. The heavier sticks like Rosewood will have a little more vibration. They'll sing a little more. It doesn't really bother you on a real drum at all. On a pad that's really tight and high like this, you'll feel it a little. On a drum, it's almost your friend if you're playing a lot of closed rolls. And these are interesting sticks because they were drilled out. You see that? I don't know whose idea that was. So maybe that's part of the vibration problem. But that's what they are. They're all like that. So, but these are Rosewood. Not bad. And they're 16.5 inches long. These are a pair of sticks someone made, not me. These are beautiful. They're 17 inches long, 84 grams. I think it's some sort of fruit wood, maybe apple. But you see this beautiful tip, and somebody spent some time making these. They're okay, you know. Pretty to look at. So, all right. And let's see here. Cooperman Nick Petrillas, once again, is another pair I got because I thought I'd try again. These are a little heavier, 62 and 63 grams. They're pitch matched, but they do not feel good. The Reamers, which are here, the Able Concerts, are much, much better. The old ones made of Persimmon. Oh yeah. And these are 65 and 67 grams, but they're just balanced better. You can see that tip compared to the Petrilla tip. Hopefully you can see that. It's a stick they copied. But I really like, this is my favorite Reamer stick, the Reamer Able Concert stick. Let's take a look at a pair of this Cooperman Rosewood Gauthreaux stick. And these are 85 and 87 grams. I had some others earlier that were Persimmon. Now, these are much better being in a heavy wood than those other ones. I still think they're too light on the tip. Yeah, they're pretty though. You see, nice figuring. This might be Bolivian rosewood. It's a little darker compared to Cocobolo rosewood. I don't know if you can see the difference. Cocobolo rosewood's prettier. I think it's more red, orangey. Very close though. That's a nice orange there. Good. So, yeah, the heavier versions of these are better, I think. All right, let's take a look at this other Regal tip. Saul Goodman. Better call Saul. You know, Saul Goodman, it's terrible now, but he's the legendary timpanist of the New York Philharmonic. And then the show came out, and so when you say Saul Goodman, everybody just laughs. But that's too bad. I'm glad he didn't have to live to see that. These are good sticks. They're concert sticks. They're very light, 5/8 inches, and only 5/8 thick or in diameter. Only 52 grams. That being said, they're really well balanced. And got another pair of sticks here, the Holmes sticks, who I believe studied with Saul Goodman. He copied these. I'll show you those in a minute. They're very light, but they're really, really nice sticks. And I used these for a long time when I was a kid. And they're probably worth a fortune. So this is the Colada, which is Regal tip. And there's the tip there. And these are maple. All these old maple sticks is bird's eye maple, pretty much all of it. Hard rock maple. Okay, now these are the Holmes concert sticks. You know they're the Holmes sticks because they say Holmes. And these are no longer made, obviously. And same tip almost as the Goodman stick, but just a hair heavier. The only problem with these sticks, they were notoriously inconsistent. One of them is 58 grams, the other is 64 grams, and that was really common. So you really feel that, right? So that's 6 grams. You start feeling anything over 4 grams. So I'll use the heavier one on my left. The other thing about the home sticks, he used very thick polyurethane varnish on there, so they could be a little bit slippery, but they look pretty and they're kind of shiny, so I don't use that kind of finish. And we have some more Nick Petrillas. I tried a lot with these sticks. These are Rosewood, and these are 77 grams. So of all the Nick Petrilla sticks that Cooperman made, these were my favorite because they were heavy. So if you're going to buy a Cooperman stick, I would buy this one if you want a Nick Petrilla tip. Yeah, so these are actually really nice sticks. And I could use these and not be sad. So. All right, and then we have this old pair of Ludwig 2S sticks. And yeah, this is what the logo looks like. I don't even know how old these are. Probably from the 50s, maybe 60s. And these are a little mismatched. So they're 81 and 84. So they're also not pitch matched. In the old days, that's what you'd get. I don't think they paid much attention to anything. Maybe they rolled them, you know, to see if they were warped or something like that. But the pitch was, I've gotten a lot of old pairs of sticks. I've had to send them back. They're just not matched. Hear it? That's huge. So the other thing you can do, like I said before, is put the other one in your other hand. That didn't help. That didn't help either. So just kind of an antique, pretty much useless. The 2Bs were much better that I showed you before, that were old, as well as the Haskell Harr sticks. Finally, we have this interesting concoction here, made by my teacher, Fred Henger, at the Manhattan School of Music. He made these aluminum sticks. So these sticks were pretty awesome, actually, at the time. The only problem is if you hit a rim shot, everyone, or hit the rim, everyone knew it because they were metal, and metal on metal. You know, you didn't really do rim shots or anything with them. But they were kind of cool for rolls. And it's a really neat concept. I really like these sticks for rudimental stuff. So these are hollow. They have a hole in them. And here's the Henger Touchtone logo. Might be upside down. No, it's right. And you see the dents. I used these for years and years. So if you find a pair of these, are great. Make sure they're not too dented. They can be pretty bad. He also made timpani mallets out of this aluminum. And they still make those. I know Malletech makes them. Or I think they do. So they made a thin pair which aren't nearly as good. So go with the thicker ones. Expect to pay big bucks because they're very valuable, these things, because they're so rare. But yeah, maybe someone will start making them again. So that's it. The pile is gone. And, you know, one thing that you want to remember is that a stick has to feel good for you. So you might have to search around and find something. Unfortunately, there's not a lot of stores around anymore. It's not like you're going to go to Guitar Center or Sam Ash and have these kinds of sticks there. They're mostly all going to be drum set sticks. So you probably have to order through maybe Steve Weiss, who's my favorite place to order from. I've ordered from there, from Steve when he was alive since, I mean, I don't know, the 80s. I used to go to his warehouse in Philadelphia when he answered the door with a shotgun. And still they're in business, and they got great people running it. I totally recommend that. I buy stuff from them all the time. And then if you have a problem, you can return something, no questions asked. They're great. So maybe that's the route you can go. If you get a pair of sticks, you don't mark them up, they're not working, they'll take them back. Hopefully I'm correct on that. So I hope you enjoyed this long journey. I know it's a long video. I'm kind of tired here. But I have lots and lots of sticks here. And I just had to choose what to show you because there's hundreds of pairs. See all these in the back of me. I will do one more video because a lot of you asked me questions about the sticks that I make that I use. So we'll do that soon. And I'll just show you exactly what I use and tell you why I use it. So thanks. If you made it all the way to the end, you deserve some sort of medal or a 10% discount on something. So, but thank you for that, and we'll see you later.